Welcome back to Elements of Art in the beginning of our unit on color. I was recently talking to my friend Caroline, who is a fabulous art teacher, and I invited her to join me in teaching this course. I think that she'll be interested. Awesome, right? Well, just give me a second and let me see if I can connect with her and see if we can get started right now with color. All right. We're connecting. Hey, there you are, Caroline. I was wondering if, I think something's wrong with your video.
Hi, Natasha. What do you mean?
Well, it just seems like you're back in the time of black and white movies. Everything is all black, white, and gray.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, I have been feeling a bit dull lately.
You know, I think helping us study color could really brighten your day.
I think you are right, but let me fix this very quickly. I think I just need to change my settings. Ah, there we are. Much better.
So what do you say? Would you like to join our unit on color?
Of course I would.
So Caroline, why don't you start us off?
There is so much to learn and know about color. Where do you want to start?
How about I give the structure of the lesson and you take it from there?
Sounds good. Don't forget any of the good parts.
I'll try not to. In today's lesson, you'll receive an introduction on the basics of color and look at the role of color across various artistic movements. Lastly, there will be a discussion on appreciating the effects of color.
Remember when I was feeling a bit gray? Let's think about that a little more and what it would mean to really lack color in our day-to-day life. You begin your day with a walk through a blooming garden filled with vibrant flowers, but the color fades away. You next go out shopping for a nice outfit, but find every piece of clothing is just a shade of gray. Then you go out to dinner and begin digging into your favorite meal, but it has no color. No reds, greens, yellows, just grays. Lastly, you finish your day with a visit to an art museum, but all the artwork is devoid of color. Now, how do those colorless scenes make you feel? Take a pause and reflect in your lesson notes. When you study color in art, there are so many fascinating terms and concepts to dive into. As we learn about them, you'll find that they really help you talk about color more effectively and use it with intention in your art. Take a look at this color. Do you think you could recreate it if you were given a palette full of paints? It's more challenging than it seems. Now, what do you notice about the colors in the image on the right versus the image on the left? The one on the left has such a different expression than the one on the right, doesn't it? How did the artist use color mixing to achieve such different effects using the same subject? Where do your eyes go to first when you look at this painting? Probably the yellow flower, right? How did the artist know that yellow would pop and become the focal point in this piece? Imagine being able to describe exactly how to mix and create a certain shade of blue-green. Picture creating depth and subtlety in your work by intentionally adjusting the intensity of a color, or by using your knowledge of just what color will draw the viewer's eye to the focal point of your painting. These are just a few of the things that learning about color in art will allow you to do with ease. We'll explore essential color terminology so you can confidently discuss the use of color in your work and others. Master the techniques of color mixing, enabling you to create any shade or hue you can imagine, and discover the magic of color harmonies, learning how different color schemes can bring your artwork to life. By the end of this unit, you'll not only understand color theory, but also feel confident playing around with colors in your own unique style. Up next, we're going to check out some historical art movements, discovering how artists from different eras used color to create amazing works and tell captivating stories. This art history foundation will make our learning even more exciting and inspiring. Let's start our exploration in the 17th century. These artworks all belong to the same art movement. What color do you notice overtakes much of the composition in these works? You might have noticed extremely deep, rich colors. The paintings on view here are from the Baroque period. Artists like Caravaggio and Rembrandt used these heavy colors to create intensely dramatic scenes. They often played with the color black to enhance the impact of their works. Could you see yourself working with such dark, dramatic colors? Now let's step into the 18th century and take a look at a few of these artworks. Think about some similarities you see between them in terms of the use of color. You may have noticed a lot of pastel colors. These images are examples of works created during the Rococo period. This era was all about lightness and elegance. Jumping to the mid-19th century, check out how color is applied here. What would you guess about the intention behind this art period based on the use of color? You may have noticed a lot of brown and other colors used to accurately show nature. These paintings are from the Realism period. Realism artists like Gustave Courbet and Jean-François Millet used earthy and somber tones to show everyday life and the working class with honesty and accuracy. Do you feel these colors help show the truthfulness of the scene and the time? Let's move forward to the early 20th century. Take a gander at a few of the works from this period. Do you see any unexpected colors? You may have noticed that many of the colors used are bold and unnatural, like green skin. Here we find ourselves in the world of Fauvism. Artists like Henri Matisse and André Derain broke the rules by using bright colors that were highly unexpected. The Fauvists believed that color could stand on its own to depict emotion. Knowing that the colors were intentionally unnatural, how does this change the way you view them? Dark, light, natural, unnatural. Isn't it amazing how color has transformed through different art periods? Each movement allows us something unique to learn and incorporate into our own artistic practice. We'll look at many other artworks in this unit, as well as highlighting two artists who excelled at creatively utilizing color, Georges Seurat and Franz Marc. Now, before we finish up this lesson, I want to touch on the effects of color to get you in the mindset of understanding how vital this idea is to the study of this element of art. Let's go back to our imaginary day from the start of the lesson. You had a full schedule, a walk, shopping, dinner, and a museum tour. Now, you're probably pretty tired. Which of these rooms would you choose to relax in? Take a moment to think about it. Now, let's discuss your choices. Did you choose the light blue room? Why did you pick it? Does the calm and serene color make you feel more relaxed, like you're floating on a gentle wave? Or did you pick the lime green room? Does its fresh and lively vibe make you feel rejuvenated and at ease? What about the bright yellow room? Do you find its cheerful and energetic atmosphere uplifting even when you're tired? Or was the red room your choice? Does its intensity and passion energize you? Or does it feel a bit overwhelming after a long day? That little exercise gives you a glimpse into how colors naturally affect us and connect to our minds. Understanding that these effects exist is vital when using color as an element in art. We'll cover much more about this concept called color psychology later in the unit.
Thank you, Caroline. This was fantastic. Bringing you into this unit is going to be great. I'm really eager to see your unique perspective on the world of color. Remember, everyone, art is all around you.
Hey, hey.